I've tested this look so many times that I can promise you, you could go to the gym in this look and it will look the same before and after your workout. Have you ever been going about your day, minding your own business, and then suddenly you come face to face with a mirror and you think, what the f happened to me? Your mascara's smudged, your dark circles are exposed, or your makeup has dropped, and you think, why didn't anybody tell me? Well, this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to achieve a simple, light and fresh daily makeup look that lasts all day. My name is Eb. I'm a Sydney-based hair and makeup artist, and this is the culture of beauty. Let's begin. So for this look, you don't really need any tools at all. I'm going to try and do this how I do it every day for my daily makeup, and generally I use my hands. Which just makes things really easy for me. Now, the only tools I really use are a blush brush. So any kind of fluffy brush will do. I really like this Morphe 2 set that I will link below. The other one I like is this Echo Tools brush. You can see this is a lot bigger. The other tool, which is something I generally use for my day-to-day makeup, is a Q-tip. And finally, this is optional. You can use an eyelash curler as well. So that's it. Otherwise, we're using our hands. I'm going to go through my skin prep. I don't use any primers at all for this look. So in the mornings, the first step is to wash my face. So I use this Paula's Choice Pore Normalizing Cleanser. This one's really gentle, and my belief is that we just really want to protect our skin barrier. So then the next step for me, because I do tend to get a lot of blocked pores and things, especially around my forehead, that's my problem area for me. I really have to use products that help me keep them at bay. I don't want to use anything that's too harsh on my skin and that's gonna affect my skin barrier. So I really like this product. It's a Korean product from Round Lab. It's called the Docto Toner, and it contains an ingredient called protease. Now, protease is sort of like a gentler version of an AHA or a BHA. It just gets into the pores and sort of like cleans out all that congestion. If you want to use something like this, and if you have a similar problem, this has really helped improve the clarity of my skin. So just look for any toners that contain the ingredient protease. I would really recommend this for teenagers who are starting to experience congested skin. I think the mistake that we make when we're teenagers is we use really harsh products to try and battle that congestion, and it causes more damage than it's worth and gives you like further problems over time. So I've just cleansed my skin. I'm going to pop this on. Generally, I just pop it on with my hands, but it is quite liquid. So for today, so I don't make a mess, I'm going to use a cotton pad. So just get it on there. I focus on my forehead. Next up, eye cream is essential. I like to use eye serums. I find eye creams a little bit too heavy for this under eye area. I actually get a lot of like milia, if you know what that is. They're just like those hard little white bumps under the skin. So I tend to get a lot of milia under the eyes if I use a heavier cream. So I generally use a serum. This is the Goodall Vitamin C eye serum, and it's a dark circle eye cream, which I definitely suffer with dark circles. So I just pop some on my ring finger, dab it between my two ring fingers, and then just pop it under the eyes. In terms of the makeup I'm going to use, as I said, I'm going to use stuff that lasts all day long, and it can look quite heavy if you haven't done your skin prep properly, particularly the eye area, because that skin's so thin there. So we want to make sure that this area is properly prepped. So I really like this product. The other one I really like is the Mizon Collagen Power Firming Eye Serum. It's called a cream, but it's more like a serum or a gel. So you can see that's the consistency. And this is really nice under makeup as well. Next up, another serum spray. So it's the D'Alba First Spray Serum. This is just more to set a base for my other products, but I like it because it comes in this spray format. And then after that serum spray settles in, I'll just help it along by fanning my face. I will use this Torridon Dive In Skin Serum. Skin Booster. This is more like a milky consistency, so it's a very light moisturizer. So I put that all over and on the neck. It is nice to give your face a bit of a massage at this stage too, just to help with any puffiness from the night before. I like to massage like up around the eyes. I don't do this every day though, I should. Most of my puffiness happens around here. Some people get more puffy around the jaw. It's nice to do this once in a while. So that's all my skincare for daytime, except for the most vital component, and that is my SPF. So at the moment, I've really been loving the Mecca brand SPF. I really find that this goes great under makeup. So I use quite a big blob on my face, and that's why I don't overly moisturize, because I find that this SPF is quite moisturizing. So this acts as my final moisturizer for the daytime. And that's it for skin prep, except for my final step, which is lip balm. This is the Dermal Therapy lip balm. This is just a classic pharmacy lip balm. It's got that slight tingly sensation, so it's very moisturizing. So I put this on while I'm doing the rest of the face, and then by the time I get to the lips, hopefully they'll be nice and moisturized. So that is skin prep done. That's my daytime skin prep. The next step for me is foundation. I'm going to recommend to you 2 foundations that I alternate between for daily use. And again, as I said, these foundations, I can put them on in the morning, and if I look at my skin in the afternoon or in the evening when I've come back home, I still have just as much coverage. So the first one, which I've talked about on my channel before, is the It Cosmetics CC cream. Not only does this brand stay on all day, it has SPF 50 plus in it, and it also has skincare benefits. So this brand was actually developed by plastic surgeons. Over time, it sort of helps even out skin tone and things like that, because it's got some ingredients in there that help to fade marks. The other foundation that I really like, it's kind of a weird one, but it's this brand Be Ready for Heroes. It's actually a Korean foundation, and it's a men's foundation. Now, the reason I generally don't recommend a lot of Korean foundations is that they have a very limited shade range. I found when I was in South Korea that the men's foundations had a slightly broader shade range, but they still weren't that broad. So their deepest shade was only very slightly deeper than my skin tone, but it was the only foundation that I could find a good match for my skin tone with. But I find this foundation goes on and stays on all day. So I really enjoy both of these for long lasting coverage. So for today, I'll use the It CC cream. I generally start with just one pump, start in the middle of the face, and then work out to the edges. This foundation definitely helps slightly correct any sort of pigmentation. I might just add a tiny bit more for a little bit more coverage, so you can definitely build this up with your hands. That's just half a pump, and I'm going to focus more on the middle section of the face. Get the eyelids too, because this is a nice sort of prep for the eyelids. Make sure you get your ears, bring it down your neck. That's it, easy peasy, step 1 done. You can see this foundation is super glowy, and because I've done like the skin prep really well, it just gives you that nice dewy look, which you can tone down with powder if you don't enjoy that look so much. and I will at the end just around the T-zone, but I do like the dewiness around the cheeks and stuff. So that dewiness will kind of fade down a little bit throughout the day, but the coverage will remain. Okay, the next step for me, now I don't have a second product to recommend to you on this one because this is really my holy grail under eye concealer. As someone that has struggled with dark circles under the eyes like forever, this is the only product that I know I can put on in the morning and I can come home at the end of the day, and even if all of my other makeup has slid off my face, this will still remain. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I just love it. I know a lot of people find this concealer really heavy and worry that it might cause sort of creping and stuff. I use it very lightly, so I don't really find that I have that problem of crepiness under the eyes. And because I've really prepped that under eye area with moisturizer, I find that it does leave like a nice skin-like finish. I just really focus this where I need it, and I just pop it right in the hollows under the eyes. I've just got a little spot here as well, so while I'm at it, I'm going to cover it up. So I've placed it very lightly there. There's not a lot of product. I'm just going to tap it in with my fingers. So that's the under eye concealing done. It's very light, very low key. Yeah, so I really like both of these steps. My skin still feels like it can breathe. This current look still feels very light and refreshing for me. And as I said, like under the eyes, the reason I really love Shape Tape is I find a lot of other under eye concealers, the tip is to like set them with a powder afterwards. And I just always find, especially as my skin has started to age a little bit more, particularly under the eyes, I just find if I put powder under my eyes, it just looks all wrong on me. It just feels really dry, starts to look really crepey, and it also feels really heavy. So that's why I love the Shape Tape. It just sort of sets in place on its own. You don't need anything else on top of it. So next step is eyeliner. So I've got a couple of recommendations on eyeliner. My favorite everyday eyeliner is the Clio Sharp So Simple liner, and I use this in Choco Brown. The other one that's really nice is the Clio Extreme Gel Presso Pencil liner. And finally, for a Western brand, the only Western brand of eyeliners that I really trust are the Too Faced Killer liners. So I find that these drop the least out of the Western brands that I've tried. So my biggest like pet hate is if I've been at work all day in the office, you know, giving presentations or meetings or, you know, whatever it is, and then you go to the bathroom and you look in the mirror and all your eyeliner and your mascara has dropped underneath your eyes and you have that panda eye look. I just can't stand it. That's why I really trust these with my life. I feel like, again, if I put this on in the morning, it's just going to stay on all day. I don't need to worry about anything. So I'm going to use my daily one, the Clio Sharp So Simple in Choco Brown. You can use this any way you use liner. If you want to use it in the waterline, if you want to go all the way around. I generally tend to tight line the upper waterline, and I do a very small wing on the outer edge. So that's what I'm going to do today. That's kind of like my daily makeup look. This is a really small, like thin pencil. So it's pretty easy to work with. And this is also where our Q-tip comes in handy if you're trying to do that winged liner. I'll show you how I do it and how I use the Q-tip to do it. Okay, so first up, I just get right under. This is so easy to work with as well. So I'm just lining from about halfway across the top, and I pat it in with my finger just to like smooth the line if I make any mistakes. And once I get to this end, I just drag it out, and it can be a little bit messy because we'll use the Q-tip to clean it up. I just try and create sort of like a triangle shape here. And then I grab my Q-tip and I can shape it the way I want to. That's one eye done. And I just know it's just gonna stay like that all day. It's not gonna drop, it's not gonna smudge. You can pretty much buy any K-Beauty eyeliner and you'll be sweet. I've tried so many and they're all really good. And I love using brown for daily makeup over black. I find it almost has a more striking effect because it enhances. Black can kind of look unnatural and more like deliberate makeup, whereas brown I find works with your natural features a bit more. So yeah, the wing just like messy as you like at this stage. We'll fix it up with the Q-tip. Done. That's my daily eyeliner. Thank you, Cleo.
Oh no, Cleo!
I'm gonna take a video at the gym later and show you how this performs like after I've been to the gym. It's crazy. Okay, next for mascara. In the same way I like wearing brown eyeliner, I really like wearing brown mascara for every day. It just looks really nice and natural. So as I said, the eyelash curler is optional. I generally don't use an eyelash curler for daily makeup, but you certainly can. And I might just use it today for fun because why not? And my favorite mascara is the Heroin Make Volume and Curl Mascara. So you can get this in brown and black. The other one that I hear is really good, I haven't tried it yet, is the Cleo Kill Lash.
Oh no, Cleo!
I've tried a lot of Japanese and Korean mascaras. This one's Japanese and I just find them to be fantastic. I still haven't found a Western mascara brand that doesn't drop. I've come across many that promise that they don't drop and they don't create that panda eye effect, but they still do for me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because my skin's oily or whatever it is, but these ones last all day. You can cry with this on and it's not going to come off. Like I've been to the beach with this mascara on and it stays on. Like it's crazy. I'm going to curl my lashes first, so let's do that first. It's totally up to you if you want to curl your lashes. I feel like because I've got such a heavy upper lid area, I don't want my lashes to be too big and like cover up the very little eyelid that I do have. So that's why I generally don't curl them for every day. This mascara will also hold the shape of the curl. So it's a curved wand. I like to do my lower lashes as well. I just find it helps bring some balance to my face because, as I mentioned, my upper eyelid area is quite heavy. I just find that adding something under the eye just helps open my eyes up a bit more. And that's the eyes done. I don't wear eyeshadow for my daily makeup look, but at the end, I'm gonna show you a little add-on that I might do if I'm going out at night and I wanna sort of add a bit more interest to my look and make it a bit more nighttime. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to lips. So I'm gonna wipe off this lip balm and my lips are feeling very soft. And there are a couple of options for lips to stay on all day. I find lipstick is the only thing that I really apply a little bit of throughout the day when I eat or I'm drinking coffee or whatever it is. I generally don't really like to wear like a liquid lip product that's going to sort of stay on all day. I find it really drying and uncomfortable, and I've yet to find one of those products that doesn't feel like really heavy and like it's drying my lips out. So I've got a couple of options for you in terms of what you can do do to help your lipstick last for a long time. Firstly, lip liner. So the ones that I've been loving lately, well, I've been loving this one for ages. So it's the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. You can get these at your local pharmacy. They sell them at Priceline in Australia. They're very well priced. So these are really great lip liners. They go on great. They're not too soft. They're not too hard. They're just like the perfect consistency. And I can just show you on the back of my hand. But yeah, that's a really lovely lip liner that I use in my kit all the time. The one I've really been loving a lot lately is, I've used it on a few videos actually recently, is this Judy Doll lip liner. This is shade number 4. It's called Milky Coffee or Half Milky Coffee or something like that. Anyway, I'll link it below. But this one is fantastic. Again, it's got great staying power and it's actually a really good contour lip shade. If you don't like wearing lip liners, you can just go straight on with a lipstick. Today I'm going to do a lip liner lipstick combo, but I'll show you a couple of the lipsticks that I've really been enjoying lately. This one's a classic. It's the Romand Juicy Lasting Tint. Now, this is more like a lip tint, as the name suggests. It goes on quite glossy, and actually it stays on kind of glossy as well. So it has this shine throughout the day, but it definitely stains the lip and it stays on for a really long time. So I'll just put this on just to demonstrate how it looks, but I'm going to take it off and do a different lip combo for you today. But as I said, it's really glossy and long wearing. I like to blur the edges a bit, but wear it however you please. But yeah, it's really soft, really nice, really long wearing, and it stays sort of like, has a bit of a shine even if it sort of wears down a little bit. But I'll take that off. I'm gonna do my current favorite lip combo. So it's the Judy Doll liner, and I'm also gonna use this 3CE lipstick. It's a matte lipstick, and the shade is called Mirror Like. So this is really long wearing as well, and it doesn't feel drying, especially if you've prepped the lips adequately. I just follow along my natural lip line, but then I slightly overline the Cupid's bow, not too much. I fill them in a little bit too. And then I'm going to go straight on with the bullet. So this is the 3CE matte lipstick in Mirror Like. So yeah, it's very matte, but it feels really moisturizing. Okay, and then final step for me is blush. I don't really use a bronzer for day to day, but if you would like to bronze or contour, a couple of products that I would recommend are, well, first of all, I really like the Mecca brand bronzers. I'll pop a picture up of these, but I don't have one on hand, but that was my go-to for a really long time. I love this one. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. Again, it's a powder bronzer. So this one's quite nice. And the other one that I like is this Smashbox set. So this is the Smashbox step-by-step contour palette, and it's got a few shades in there. So it's got a bronzer shade, it's got a contour shade if you prefer to do that, and it's also got a highlight shade. So I don't use bronzer on the day-to-day, but if that's something you like, those 3 products are really great. For me, day-to-day blush is a must. So there are a couple of products that I can recommend here. This is a recent purchase which I have been loving lately. This is the Pat McGrath Labs blush. This shade is quite a subtle shade. It's called Flirtatious. I also love the e.l.f. Cosmetics blush quad, which I will pop a picture of here. That's really nice. So that's another powder blush. And then for my daily blush, I use a cream blush. Again, I find it lasts me all day. The brand, again, another K-beauty brand. The brand is called Lily by Red, and it's the Love Beam Cheek Balm. And this is shade number 3. So it's a cream and it sort of stays dewy as well. But I generally will put it on with a brush. So I just dip my brush straight in and I will pat some off on the back of my hand just to make sure that it's all even on the brush. And then I've got my handy Lily by Red mirror and I just pop it on. And this is the only component of my makeup besides the Q-tip for the eyeliner where I'm using a tool for my makeup. You can definitely apply this with your fingers, but I just find you get more of a even and sort of blurred effect if you use a brush. Other places I like to apply my blush is I put a tiny bit on my forehead, just around the sides here, just to bring everything together. And I also put a little bit on the nose, just up here. And that is my daily makeup look. So as I said, this will stay on all day long. Like I can go look in the mirror in like 4 hours and it's going to be the same. With the exception of maybe my lipstick, if I've eaten lunch or had a coffee or something like that, that might rub off a little bit. So that's quite easy to reapply. But in terms of my skin and my eyes, I'm not worried that I'm going to have any of that makeup dropping under the eyes or anything like that. Generally, I do not powder my face because again, I find it quite heavy and drying and I don't mind this sort of glossy, dewy look. However, I know some people prefer to put some powder if they don't want that really shiny look like I've got going on now. So a really good product that I would recommend to use lightly is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. So it definitely is not a drying powder. It is really lightweight and it's very pore blurring. So I'm going to put it on close to the camera. And again, I'm going to use a brush for this one, just a fluffy brush, but you'll see how it just sort of blurs everything as I pop it on. I'm just going to put it like around the middle of my face. But yeah, that's all I'll do. I keep those cheeks quite glowy. This powder is crazy. I wish I could find something else that was as good as this powder because it's so crazy expensive, but it does feel very light and hydrating. It's not like a drying powder, which I really like. Okay, brows. So for every day, I don't really use any brow products. I just leave my brows be. But I understand that people can be quite particular about their brows and wanting them to stay in place. So I've got a couple of recommendations for you. So the first one is this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pencil. She's like the queen of eyebrows. All the drag queens use these products, so you know they're going to be good. And this is just a pencil that kind of stays on all day and helps sort of fill in the brow. And you can see, yeah, it's quite a hard pencil, so it does really stick around. I like to use this end and just like brush my brows up a little bit. And that's all I really do for every day. But the other product that I really recommend, and I'm going to pop a picture up here, is the Kosas Brow Fixing Gel. This is the only brow product I've used that doesn't go crunchy through the day. I hate that like flaky, crunchy feeling. Again, like you've been in a meeting all day and then you use the bathroom and look in the mirror and you've got all this like flaky stuff all over your brows. It's so gross, but this Kosas product does not do that at all. Okay, so the way I take this to a nighttime look is I'll add a bit of sparkle. So there are a few ways that you can do this, and I've got a few products here to show you. So my favorite is this Peri Pera. It's just a duo of eyeshadows. And I put one of the shades, which is the more shimmery, less glittery shade, on my eyelid. And then I use a little bit of glitter under the eyes, and that adds a lot of interest. It's really great. I've got this Nude Sticks eyeshadow stick. It's like a luminous eyeshadow stick. And a lot of my clients like to put this on the inner corner of their eye. Other one, I've got this Romand glitter palette. It's called Glitter Garden, and it's got all these different shimmer glitter shades, so you can have a fun play with those, but they're very easy to use. Just like, look at the payoff. Some of them have chunkier glitters, and you've got like lots of colors to choose from. So again, with that, I would use more of like one of those shimmery shades on the eyelid, and then one of those chunkier glitters maybe just underneath the eye. And then finally, a highlighter. So this is the Peri Pera Pure Glory highlighter in the shade Night Glory, and just pop that on the cheeks and around the temple just to create some interest there. I'm just going to use my same brush that I used for blush. I'm just going to pop it into that Pure Glory highlighter. I'm just going to pop it here. Oh, so nice. I love this. So the next thing I do for day to night makeup is the eyeshadow. I just get in there with my fingers. So these products are really designed to work better with your fingers anyway. Just the warmth of your finger helps to like activate that shimmer and make it look really nice. So I just pop it again on the ring finger and just swipe it over my eyelid. Just all over. Keep it really simple. It's one eye done. And again, this won't come off. It's going to stay on all night. And then for the under eye, you can either use your pinky finger or a Q-tip, but just try not to use too much. I just grab a little bit of the glitter, and you just have to be really careful with placing this, because once you put it down, like, it's going to stay there. So I just pop it right under. I love it. Every time I wear this makeup, I get comments. It's so simple, but it looks really cool. And so again, like with these Korean brands like Peri Pera and Romand, they just have really good staying power. And that's it. That's my day to night makeup that will not budge no matter what I do. And I just want to talk quickly about aftercare, because when you're using products like these that have the really long staying power, they're really hard to wash off with just your like regular cleanser. You definitely have to do a double cleanse. Now I recommend double cleansing anyway. I'm going to go back to this Paula's Choice. This is the Omega Plus Complex Cleansing Balm. This is actually, I've used a lot of Korean cleansing balms in my time, and this is actually the best cleansing balm I've ever used. So I've repurchased this several times. So you just pop this on dry skin with dry hands, and you just work it into your eyes, your eyelashes, all over your face, and it will melt all your makeup away, and then you rinse it off, and then you go in with your normal cleanser. So it's just, I love that it's in a tube as well. I've used other cleansing balms that are in tubs, and the tub always gets contaminated no matter how careful you are with using like a spatula to remove the product or whatever. It's like somehow water will get in there, and it just like something happens and it goes bad, and it can wreak havoc with your skin. So I'll show you on this, I've got this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to pop a bit of that cleansing balm on there, and I'll work it in, and it should just melt away. See how easy that was? And then you just wash it off with water, and it just emulsifies straight away and with water, and it doesn't leave like that filmy feeling or anything like that. So it's such, look at that, such a good cleanser. So nothing will take this makeup off unless you're double cleansing. So this will like melt it away instantly. So that is it. Thank you so much. So if you ever bump into me on the street, this is most likely the makeup look that I will be wearing. I wear this every day with every outfit. I wear it to work, to school pick up and drop off. I love this look. It's such an easy kind of everyday look that I can trust. Like I need that trust. I need to be able to trust that I can just go about my day. I don't have time to worry about if things are slipping and sliding off. And I could do a whole other video on products that don't work. But these, I know they're so tried and tested that I totally trust that they'll work for you as well. So if you've got any questions about any of the skincare or the makeup that I've gone through today, please leave me a comment below and I will come back to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video today, please hit the like button. This was a bit more of a straightforward makeup tutorial today, but I love to talk about the impact of beauty on culture and culture on beauty and beauty standards throughout history and all over the world. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, check out some of my past videos and also subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.